Namaste. Welcome to the Conscious Convo podcast. I am your host and teacher, Pippa Leslie. I'm here to share everything I learn, see, and channel. This podcast is for the conscious and curious beings who are ready to dive deeper into spirituality. I am so grateful you are here. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Conscious Convo podcast. I am super excited that I am actually recording this first episode in New Zealand. So all my listeners and followers that have been on my journey with me, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have been with me through the highs and the lows. You've been with me since I've been separated from Chris, and now I am finally in New Zealand. So this is why the podcast Conscious Convo was kind of born. I have been in New Zealand now for around 9 weeks. And since being here, I have been inspired. I felt different, as you can imagine. And, being away from Chris, I did so much healing and growth. So did Chris. So this kind of new me, as we say, has been from this separation and actually the things I've learned and the change I've gone through. So I am recording this in my new home in New Zealand, which is just surreal because I used to dream and visualize of the days that I would be recording and working here and being with Chris at this house. So it just feels really amazing to finally be in this present moment and this space talking to you guys. And, the plan was never to set up a new podcast, but I have felt so inspired since being in New Zealand that a new podcast and name and everything has been on the cards for me. So I, again, want to say thank you to everybody who has just been supporting me through my journey. And I just honestly, I could cry with the love that I've had and the support I've had from so many of you. So this is episode 1 of the Conscious Convo. And just to introduce this new podcast, the Conscious Convo came from just a channeling session I did a few months ago. I had a group, we had like a group kind of women's group that we helped raise their consciousness, and then obviously the news for New Zealand came, so everything kind of put on hold. So the name stuck, and I wanted to set the Conscious Convo podcast up to help the spiritually awakened, soul searching and open-minded person raise their consciousness. So my hope is that listening to this podcast, it will help you open that mind and expand your awareness. It really like the topics I want to cover are going to be really mind-blowing and they're going to be on a deeper level. So for some of my new listeners who are new and haven't heard my podcast before, you can actually go back and listen to episode 1 of Beauty is Found Within, which is like where I started my journey. And then I rebranded to Mother Earth Rising, and now this is the Conscious Convo. So it's just you following my journey along, and I know some of you have just been on it from day one. So for you who don't know me, my name's Pippa Leslie. I am a quantum healing hypnosis practitioner and Reiki master, and I absolutely love helping people explore past lives, reclaim their magic and find their inner peace. And that's something that I just want to help the planet with, and I want to help people connect to Christ-like consciousness. It's something that I'm really, really passionate about. So I will be covering all things from conscious awareness, enlightenment, Christ-like consciousness, teachings from the Far East. As you know, I love the Tao, and teachings from our past gurus and guides. A lot of you know I love Wayne Dyer, so I will be talking about Wayne Dyer a lot on this podcast. So I want to ask some questions, and this was in the description that I wrote for the podcast. And this is for anyone who is awareness is expanding. Is your awareness expanding? Is your soul bursting with callings and whispers? And is your intuition, firing up? and telling you to do more of spiritual stuff and do the healing work. And the last question is, are you ready to heal and step onto the path to enlightenment? Because if you are, you're in the right place. And I just want to say thank you so much. And I am just absolutely just grateful. And I am so happy that you're here. I will be uploading another episode after this to kind of set the scene, and then I'll have some amazing interviews coming up. So keep your eyes peeled, and please subscribe to this podcast and leave a 5-star review when you get a chance, and share it with your friends and family. So I'm so grateful, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.